Not my smoothest Four Kings fight of all time, but hey, first try, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. Alright, so we got a bequeathed Lord Soul Shard. Soul of one of the Four Kings who fell to dark. A fragment of a Lord Soul discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Lord Gwyn recognized the foresight of these four great leaders of New Ondo, and granted them their ranks and the fragments of a great soul. Although this is not a full Lord Soul, it can still satiate the Lord Vessel. That last part doesn't make sense yet, but it will very shortly. So, here we have a bonfire, and you might be thinking, Framped. No, this is not Framped. Before I do anything, let's level up. Let's go in strength and then endurance again. Thank you very much. This is not Framped. And this is why I did not give the Lord Vessel to Framped. If I had done that, this guy would not have appeared.
Greetings, undead warrior. I am the primordial serpent, Darkstalker Calf. I can guide thee and illuminate the truth. The truth I shall share without sentiment. After the advent of fire, the ancient lords found the three souls, but your progenitor found a fourth, unique soul, the Dark Soul. Your ancestor claimed the Dark Souls and waited for fire to subside, and soon the flames did fade, and only dark remained. Thus began the Age of Men, the Age of Dark. However, Lord Gwyn trembled at the dark, clinging to his Age of Fire and in dire fear of humans, and the Dark Lord who would one day be born amongst them. Lord Gwyn resisted the course of nature by sacrificing himself to link the fire and commanding his children to shepherd the humans. Gwyn has blurred your past to prevent the birth of the Dark Lord. I am the primordial serpent. I seek to right the wrongs of the past, to discover our true Lord. But the other serpent, Framped, lost his sense and befriended Lord Gwyn. Undead warrior, we stand at a crossroads. Only I know the truth about your fate. You must destroy the fading Lord Gwyn, who has coddled fire and resisted nature, and become the fourth Lord, so that you may usher in an Age of Dark.
That sounds fantastic.
Very well. I shall now guide you to Gwyn's prison. Be still, and trust thine flesh to me. This is Gwyn's prison. Now, place the Lord Vessel upon the altar.
Okay, so that was a lot. Before I do what he said, I want to just kind of bring everything into perspective. So, Framped, the serpent that was talking to me at Firelink, he wants me to succeed Gwyn and link the fire. What he didn't tell me is that that would be a self-sacrifice. I would be destroying myself in order to keep the flame running and extending the Age of Fire. Now, the Age of Fire, at this point in time is fading. It began with the defeat of the dragons way back. But it's beginning to fade out as fires tend to do. As Koth said, that is the natural way of things. Frampt wants me to sacrifice myself to keep the flame going, because the age of fire is the age of the gods, and Frampt is very friendly with the gods. He was friends with Gwen, and he's close with Gwendolyn and the other deities. They want to maintain the status quo. They want the age of fire to continue, because the fire is where the gods derive their power. They want to remain powerful. Koth, on the other hand, thinks that in doing so, it would be resisting the natural desire for fire to diminish. Fire is inherently temporary. Heat is temporary. And Koth thinks that it is unnatural and ultimately delaying the inevitable and pointless to continue the Age of Fire when it is inherently going to end at some point. It must. So Frampt wants me to succeed Gwen and link the fire, thus lengthening the age of lords, the age of the gods. Koth wants me to destroy Gwen and not link the fire, thus ending the age of fire, ending the age of gods, ending the status quo, ushering in the age of dark, which would be the age of men. Men would have their chance to reign in the world, not under the oppression of the gods. To me, that's a much more satisfying goal to strive for, which is why I tend to side with Koth in allowing the Age of Fire to fade and ushering in the Age of Dark, rather than just maintaining the Age of Dark because Frampt and all his friends, they want to stay powerful. That is why I did not give the Lord Vessel to Frampt, because if I did that, I would be on my way to do his bidding. But in keeping the Lord Vessel to myself, I ran into this guy Koth. He gave me his side of the story. Obviously, Koth and Frampt, they're both using me to do what they want me to do, but I can get behind Koth's cause more than I can Frampt. So, with that, he told me to place the Lord Vessel on the altar, which is right here. Place Lord Vessel. Okay, so with the conclusion of that cutscene, we saw that there were 3 golden fog gates that have been removed. Now, we haven't seen any of those yet, and that's because I've specifically been not going to them, because you cannot go through them until you place the Lord Vessel here, so there's no point in me going there. Having placed the Lord Vessel, those fog gates are now gone, so we can proceed in those directions. Do you have anything else to say?
Very well. Once the vessel is filled with souls, the gate to Gwyn shall open. Seek Gravelord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, and the traitor, Seath the Scaleless. Fill this vessel with their souls, then the gate will open, so that you may kill Gwyn. Are you ready? Then let us return to the Abyss. Entrust thine flesh to me.
Okay. I wasn't actually ready yet. I want to actually go back.
If you wish, I shall grant the art of life drain, the legendary power of the Dark Lord. It can preserve your humanity while undead, and cast off the shackles placed upon your brethren.
Oh right. Koth has a covenant for me. I will join that. Why not? And for joining the covenant, he gave me the Dark Hand, which is what those Dark Wraiths were using. I'm now a member of the Dark Wraith Covenant. You have anything else to say?
Undead warrior, to speak now is premature. It begins with your retrieval of the Lord Vessel.
I've already done that. Take me back to the altar.
Well. Be still. Entrust thy flesh to me.
Okay, so I never... Right, yeah, I still have it, the Bequeathed Lord's Soul Shard. If I come over here, I can rest at the Lord Vessel as if it were a bonfire, and I can offer souls into it. I have the Bequeathed Lord Soul Shard from the Four Kings, so I can use that here. There we go. So now, I need to put 3 additional souls into the Lord Vessel in order for this big door to open. The soul of the Grave Lord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, and Seath the Scaleless. I need their 3 souls to place them in the Lord Vessel. And if you can deduce from that cutscene, that is where those 3 golden fog gates will end up leading. They will lead you to those lords, so you can get their souls, so you can put them in the Lord Vessel. So, let's warp on out of here. And I guess just for right now... Well, actually, let me think. What do I want to do? Because at this point, the game kind of opens up. And it allows you to tackle the lords that you need to put... the lords that you need in order to satiate the Lord Vessel. You can tackle them in any order that you choose. I'm trying to think of which one I want to do next. Okay, let's warp to the Daughters of Chaos bonfire. Okay, now that I'm back here, out of the abyss, done with all that. I can put Havel's ring back on, so I'm no longer fat rolling. There we go. I no longer need the transient curse. Is there anything that I might need? I think I'm good, honestly. So I don't actually, let me just rest here just to make sure. This is my spawn point. I don't actually need to do anything at this particular place, but if I head into here, if you can remember, this is just after killing Quoag. Just up those stairs is where the bell is, the second bell. And there was this path here that I said is for much later. Now's that time. So just through here. Long tunnel down. This will lead to the demon ruins. We can light us a bonfire. Have a rest. Should I kindle this? No, I don't think it'll be necessary. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna kindle it. I don't feel like it's going to be necessary, but 10 flasks is better than 5, so let's just kindle it. Alrighty. So there's more of these eggy guys. If I wanted to get eggs of my own, I could aggro one of these guys. And they could give me some eggs, but I'm not particularly interested in that at the moment. So if I head down this way, you can see something. Well, it's behind a rock now, but you can kind of see something really big over there moving around. And there's a big old fog wall over there. If I head across this bridge over to that fog wall, you'll see what the big moving object is over there. This is a nice change of scenery, especially from New Ondo. So I can traverse the white light. This is a boss, but I'm not particularly worried about the preparation for this boss, and you'll see why in a second. So the boss has not begun quite yet. Just head on this way. We can head around here, which will reveal the boss in question. He's not the prettiest of lads. Hello, sir. You seem very sad. So just right over here, we will have a corpse. As soon as I pick up this item, the boss fight will begin. So, I have a specific thing that I'm going to do whenever the boss fight begins. So I'm going to pick up the item. The boss fight has started. This is Ceaseless Discharge. I now want to run this way. And basically I want to run all the way back to the fog gate. The way that you're supposed to fight this boss is kind of in this area. You're supposed to bait him to drop his arms down on the ground and then attack his arms and kind of, oh lord, and then kind of go back and forth, hitting his arms as he drops them. There is actually a secret, well, it's not a secret, I mean, everyone knows about it now, this game is over 10 years old, but there's an additional, more clever way of killing this boss. If you run all the way back over here to the fog wall, we will see he's trying to follow me. And he makes a big jump. And it's hard to see from this angle, but Ceaseless Discharge is actually, he jumped off of a ledge, and now he's hanging precariously, he's hanging off of this path. And if I hit his hand a few times, he will lose his grip and actually fall. Down he goes. And with that, all the lava down there, not all of it, but a lot of the lava down there has subsided, making that a now traversable area, which is fantastic. So given his name, Ceaseless Discharge, it's easy enough to gather that he was discharging lava into that big basin down there, causing it to be flooded to where I couldn't walk. Having killed him, the discharge has ended. There's less lava down there, so now I can walk around. Ceaseless Discharge is actually one of the more tragic stories in this entire game. I don't know it off by heart. From what I understand, Ceaseless Discharge is the son of the Witch of Izalith. What happened to him, why he is in the state that he was in, I'm actually not sure. The reason why the boss fight began, whenever I picked up the items off of that body, is because that is actually supposed to be the sister of Ceaseless Discharge. And he basically just stands around all day being sad, staring at her corpse, and discharging lava everywhere. So whenever I picked up the stuff off the corpse, obviously he got mad at me because that's his sister. I wonder if reading that armor set, if it will give me a bit more details, because I don't have them all. Worn by the witch Quilana of Izalith, mother of pyromancy and daughter of chaos. She wore this gold-hemmed black robe. She wore this gold-hemmed black hood before even the Age of Fire, and it offers strong resistance versus fire, poison, and other perils. Okay, not much of anything to go off there. I thought there'd be some information about Ceaseless Discharge, but what can you do? So now that the discharge has ceased, you can see there's now a bunch of enemies down there. All those enemies you can see haphazardly placed around that area. Those are all Taurus demons, which, if you can remember, was the second boss of this game in the Undead Burg. This is where people tend to have a problem with this game reusing bosses. Thankfully, however, as you can see, there's quite a few of them over there. There is no reason for me to go over there. There's some items over there. Some of them are useful. Most of them I don't care about. In fact, all of them I don't care about. I don't care about any of them enough to go through and kill all those Taurus demons, so I simply will not. The way to progress is actually that way. So that's the way I'm going to go. You can forget killing all those Taurus demons. I'm not trying to do that. Just up here we have another reused boss. You might recognize him. This is the Capra Demon. Come on, sir. He's having a hard time making it over to me. Here he comes. Oh gosh. There you go, 3 hits. Not too bad. So this is the way to progress. That whole area over there with all those Taurus demons, that is just bonus items you can pick up. Nothing that I'm worried about. So I'll just simply carry on. If I can remember right, there is an invasion that happens around here somewhere. I am human. No invasion. Oh, here he comes. What's going on, Kirk? I killed you once before, in the depths. And I killed you again. What do you got for me? Spike shield, cool. And a bunch of souls. So, the way that you're meant to go from here is to follow along that way, go all the way through there, kill all those Capra demons, and then go down a staircase that's over there. There's nothing gained from killing all those Capra demons except souls. But the loss of time and the headache, I'm just not going to deal with it. Instead, I'm actually going to if I go forward to about here and then drop. Oh, unlucky. Well, I mean, it's not unlucky. I didn't go far enough. That had nothing to do with luck. It was just me being not good at this game. Well, let's make our way back over there. For God's sake, it's New Londo all over again. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? What I was meaning to do, I was trying not to get too close because I didn't want to aggro that Capra demon. But I guess I needed to be a lot closer than I was. Let's see, let's try it from here. There we go. So from dropping here, we can see that there's actually a bonfire right there, but there's also a giant worm. These worms are actually a big pain to deal with. Let's see, I am actually curious, because I didn't think about it before coming here. I do have poison arrows, okay. Well, in that case, this guy's actually not too bad to deal with at all. Where are my bows? Short bow. Let's just give him a shot, shall we? 1, 2. And he's poisoned. And just like the Anor Londo archers, let's just sit and relax. This is taking way too long. Oh gosh! That's what I get, I guess. Okay, there he goes. I just ran and he dropped right on me. Okay, well I can light this bonfire now at least. For goodness sake. Alright. With that, I can continue now.